Hi there, welcome to episode 13 of Cyberpunk. Thanks for being with me. 3 bits of housekeeping before we do the recap today. First bit of housekeeping, I want to strongly recommend that if you're a beginner or even if you're just interested materially in the game, that you spend some time looking through the comments section. It is very well worth reading what's in there. The amount of information in it is becoming a resource all of its own. I, in principle, settle down a few times a week when life allows me a bit of time here and there, with a snack, sometimes with a beverage too, to just sit and read and catch up with everything that's being discussed in there. And generally, you know, the stuff in there is spoiler free nowadays, so I think we've got that message across very strongly. Second point is also about comments. One thing I'm noticing is that unique comments, or ones looking at something from a new or different angle, do stand a better chance of starting a thread of responses from other people. Some people, to their credit, do skim. They have a look through the previous comments before they then comment with their own idea, and that generally guarantees that it's something brand new, and it's always extra interesting when that happens, and it attracts the attention of other people. There are some great, good, long discussions that are developing threads there, emerging from the instances where that is the case, where people have really thought about what they're saying before they say it. Also, I've noticed that, particularly if I've missed something in a video, which happens, or if I've made an incorrect assumption about something going on in the video, which happens, it's then quite common afterwards for 20 plus, maybe even 30, and that's not an exaggeration, people, to contribute exactly the same observation, the same remark, just phrased slightly differently about what happened. So obviously the thing is, although the members of this community are incredibly giving about sharing experience and expertise, you only have to look to see that people, and I'm a person too, in the comments section won't reply to someone if they've already read and seen addressed that exact same point elsewhere in the comments. So it's worth remembering that, especially if you're hoping to engage with multiple other people here. And the third and final thing, the intro gives me a chance to do this as well, to talk about things that people have raised in the comments. Numerous things have come up. I am going to be riding the metro. Brandon, the talking vending machine, has piqued my intrigue, so I shall be going back there to see what that's all about. I'm also going to return to Jackie's place to see more Wells, and also maybe to catch up with Missy if she's around, but to have a better look around too, because I was quite preoccupied last time I was there. These and lots of other things that are mentioned in the comments, I'm waiting for a sensible place to fit them in during an episode. They will happen, some sooner than others, and yes, I'm aware that some things are time limited and some are not. So that's obviously a feature. But as I've said already, this is a first time playthrough, and if I do miss things, if things do expire on me, I am happy to leave them for my next playthrough. And incidentally, that next playthrough I've sort of settled on now is going to be a female street kid. I've chosen the female because I want to experience the voice acting of the actress who portrayed V in this, because I've heard that she absolutely nailed it, as well as doing at least one other role, Meredith Stout, possibly more. So that was the introduction. I said it was only going to be a short number of things, the housekeeping part of it. Let's get on to the recap. So, recap from episode 11. V and Johnny Silverhand have travelled to Clouds, this notorious braindance facility, this place where dark fantasies are designed and lived out by rich clients. A worried Judy had told V this was the place where Evelyn Parker had returned to, working there as a doll just before her disappearance. To uncover the truth when he was there, V interviewed other dolls and recovered files from various sources. His detective work revealed a disturbing chain of events. During a braindance session with a client called Thomas Briggs, Evelyn was targeted by a Netrunner attack. It was sophisticated, it caused her neural implant to violently malfunction and basically left her in a critical state. Woodman, the ruthless minder of Clouds, acted quickly to prevent any blowback from this incident. The critical port that Evelyn had used in booth 11, the scene of the attack, was removed. Thomas Brigg, the client, was hospitalised with psychological trauma. Evelyn herself was covertly removed from Clouds and into the hands of a back alley repairer by the name of Fingers, whose illicit operation is run out of some clinic in Japantown away from the scrutiny of legitimate authorities, and it's he who we are interested in locating next. Also though, whilst in clouds, V met Sky and obtained useful information about what happened to Evelyn from her, but not also before he had had a deeply introspective encounter with her. Sky used these subtle prompts and psychological techniques to guide V's thoughts, ostensibly to help them both process their own experiences, but possibly also to extract information from him and influence V's perception of unfolding events. The conversation left V kind of disturbed in a sense. He was uneasy, unsure if he'd gained more than he'd revealed. And then just as we were leaving Mega Building H8, the relic chip began causing V issues again. An increasingly desperate Johnny Silverhand reminded V of his importance to him. Silverhand plans for them to infiltrate Arasaka's colossal Mikoshi data fortress, this place where the corporation Engram processing and storage operations are based. Partly this is a continuation of his personal vendetta, his crusade to destroy Arasaka and everything it stands for, and partly, and this is how he sells it to V, because Mikoshi may hold answers to how V might remove the relic chip before it's too late. Back in episode 11 as well, V began encountering these tarot cards around Night City in the form of odd graffiti scattered around. Misty, she's never far from my thoughts, she helped him interpret their existence, suggesting that we might learn from studying them. I don't intend to paper chase those tarots to make them a sort of collection binge moment, but I shall be looking out for new ones and trying to make sense of them as we add them to the album. Right, so last episode we were off grid, having fun, partly exploring with no story to follow, boosting our stats by being a good helper to the NCPD, cleaning up a couple of side gigs, earning a pile of eddies, and heading shortly towards the ripperdocs to start beefing up our cyberware for the first time. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Let's get back to the trail of Evelyn Parker. Okay, since the end of episode 12, certain things have happened. One is that V has had 8 hours-ish of sleep. It's now 6:39 in the morning. The second thing is that he's been out into the corridor and has sold off many of the weapons that we picked up. I tried to keep 1 or 2 and swap them out for the very few that I keep in my inventory nowadays, just to keep that improving and picking up. There is also an element of disposal of junk, which has happened. All that's gone. I've got rid of quite a lot of the foodstuffs and drinks that he was carrying around for no real reason. I just picked them up. And before we leave the room, I want to mention photo frames as well. I have noticed and been told about the existence of photo frames, and I started taking photographs, but I'm not really happy with the quantity or quality of the ones I've got so far. So I'm going to refrain from using the ability to display these digitally in his pad, his apartment, until I've taken some more. That may happen actually during the course of this episode. And one final check before I leave this room. I have done this because I've just got to be sure in my own mind that he is wearing clothes. He is wearing clothes. That's fine. I actually quite like that look he's got there. It looks purposeful. It looks, street legal. It looks like you don't mess with him. And that's kind of the attitude I want to portray. Okay, we'll leave the blinds closed because there's only us to worry about it. The cleaner won't be in for ages. And when he or she is, I hope they pick up the trash because I've left it there. Let's go. Now, the very next thing I want to do is the task which I tried to complete when as soon as I got home in episode 12, which was to go check on Barry, and it said come back in a few hours. Now it says try talking to Barry. So I'm wondering whether something has changed. Barry lives below me. I'm going to go down and knock on Barry's door, which is just there. Okay, Barry. Knock.
Barry? Am I remembering that right?
Who is it?
V, your neighbor from upstairs. Remember me? Talked about preem rides.
He's in.
Back then you were pumped about the Mizutani Shion. I said it was for flash posers.
You don't forget a drunk thing like that.
You gave me this look. I was about to hightail it to the Badlands right then and there.
We're bonding. Oh, Barry.
I remember. What do you want?
Oh, I just want to talk, because talking is good. Shall we do that?
Just want to talk, that's all. I know it's what you need right now.
Yes.
You don't want to admit it. I can't turn back time for you, but I can sit next to you and listen. Remind you that you're not in this alone.
Now, hold on a sec. We barely know each other, and you just rock up here talking to me about my problems. Where'd you get the idea something with me was up? You watching me? Someone send you?
Oh, he knows. Well, they did. Your friends in the Force asked me to drop by. It says try talking to Barry, and I think telling him the truth is probably the best approach here.
All right, you got me. Your friends asked me to drop in on you, so I thought, hey, why not? He's a stand-up guy. Who cares if he has shitty taste when it comes to street shredders?
Come back just to get your ass kicked?
Oops.
Man, you really know how to cheer a guy up. Maybe those two asshats really are worried about me.
They are. Is he letting us in? What's he doing? Yes!
All right, come on in. You want to talk, so let's talk.
Yes, it says try talking to Barry. That's the entire purpose of this. I also need to scan your apartment. That's Barry. I thought it was something... Oh, he's got a computer. Can we actually... And there's... Am I supposed to sit on the table? Really? Okay, can I actually... Excuse me a minute, Barry. I can use your computer. There might be stuff on here that I can do nothing about that reflection. That's just Barry's apartment, I'm afraid. There might be stuff on here that's useful to us to understand him. Beer. From... Juan Mendez to Barry Lewis. Barry, what the hell are you babbling about? Pull yourself together, Tune. A guy's got to be tough, especially in this goddamn city. I don't know what kind of tech novelers you've been watching, but this sad sack ends now. You and I are going for a beer. How's this Thursday? Someone was trying to boost him out of whatever it was he was in there, weren't they? And then we get everything all right. This is a different approach. Nadia Petrova to Barry Lewis. Hey Barry, just wanted to check in, see if everything's okay. The way you just quit all of a sudden, was that because of Andrew? I'm sure he was a great guy and all, but life goes on. There are lots of good people out there. Who's going to protect them if hard-working blues like you go quitting the Force? Nadia, what happened to Andrew? Okay. Everything all right? This is Nadia again. Barry, how come you're not answering? You don't talk to anyone. You don't go out. You can't blame a person for thinking the worst. You still worried about all that, stuff? Don't you think you're overreacting just a teeny bit? Nadia. Ugh. Oh, and Barry replied to Nadia, I don't want to talk to any of you. Tell Mendes to stop trying to call me. Wow. And there are files here too. Let's read those. They are concerned about him, clearly, and I think it's the two we saw outside. This is a report. On 12/3/2076, the remains of one Rudolf Franz were found in a dumpster on Santa Maria Street. The victim had been conducting an independent media investigation into the black market for trauma team patients' data. The body was found with multiple stab wounds in the back. Status: investigation discontinued by order of NCPD Chief of Police. Notes blank. Obviously didn't think they were going to get to the bottom of it, or didn't want to get to the bottom of it, is the other possibility. Report 17350. Between the days of 1/15/2077 and 1/20/2077, more than a dozen individuals from the ages of 5 and 13 were killed in Arroyo District. All victims showed signs of severe radiation sickness, most likely due to playing with unmarked radioactive waste from the nearby power plant. An inquest has been opened into corporate negligence on the part of Petrochem. Status: inquest discontinued by order of NCPD Chief of Police. So two things that should have been investigated were shut down by the police chief. Third report: from the night of 2/21/2077 until the morning of 2/22/2077, 3 Valentino's gang members suspected of murdering the journalist Rudolf Franz, see case from 12/3/2076, escaped from cell D14. For unspecified reasons, all prison guards due to be present at the scene had been requested to report to the NCPD Chief of Police. Status: investigation discontinued by NCPD Chief of Police. Notes: at Barry Lewis, stop digging through old cases. It's for your own good. Whoa. Barry was disenchanted with the way that investigations he thought should be legitimately pursued were being shut down by the Chief of Police. I will... What happens if I scan Barry, by the way? Let's scan him. Yeah, that's Barry. I am going to sit down.
I lost someone close to me too. A damn good friend.
Yes, we did.
What do you mean, two? Wait. This about Andrew? They, told you about him.
They did.
Best bud I ever had.
Not.
Known him my whole life. Only person I could spill it to without being judged.
The flies around his empty food containers and things. Barry's living in semi-squalor here. So, what about your friends on the force? Shall we say this is a negative if we see NCPD hasn't improved. I'm trying to build him up here. So let's ask positive things. What about your friends on the force?
You didn't have anyone to unload on at work? How about Petrova and Mendez?
Yes.
Petrova's a decent gal, but she's not good with this stuff. Mendez just doesn't get it. He thinks us blues need to be tough. Can't bear the sight of a kid getting murdered. Born with pussy genes, according to him.
But you told him about Andrew.
Honestly, thought about it a lot. Anyway, they don't know everything. Better that way.
Should I ask how Andrew died, or is that negative? Normally I would pursue the blues ahead of the yellows, but I'm conscious of the fact we've got to try and build up his self-esteem here. He's in a mess. I'll ask him how Andrew died, but that's the only probably negative thing I'm going to use in this conversation.
Can you tell me how Andrew died?
He may not want to.
Doesn't matter. Normally. From old age. It's no wonder, seeing as he was only a few years younger than my grandma.
Wow.
Dying of old age? In Night City? That merits a monument. Whole world should gaze up at it in awe.
That's incredible.
Ashbox and the niche will have to do.
Oh. Well, I think we need to go with everyone's got their limits. I think we do.
Mendez doesn't know shit about life. Everyone's got their limits, even him. He just hasn't reached them. Not like you.
What if he's right, though? Maybe my genes are soft. Don't only the strongest survive?
If he felt nothing, that means his loss wouldn't have had any meaning.
I guess so. Thanks for the talk, V.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. I need time to take all this in.
Sure thing. Take care.
I'm going to stand up because it's telling me to stand up. And he's showing me out. I think our conversation's gone. Find Andrew's niche before talking to the cops. Optional. You bet your life I'm going to find Andrew's niche. This door's automatic. Not like mine, which works sometimes and not at others. It was great talking to you, Barry's gone. Andrew was a friend. A much older friend. And he's dead. And the loss of Andrew has severely affected Barry because Andrew was the person he could talk to mostly, it sounds like. So we need to get there and find out what's going on. Now, I've got a list, obviously, of things I want to try and do in this episode from the gigs and side jobs and that sort of stuff. I always have a list. How far I get through any of it depends on what the game throws at me. And this is something it's just thrown at me. I had no idea this was going to happen. So that list may be going out of the window. We'll have to see how far we get. Take me to the entrance. I just popped out there to go and fetch my orange, which I'd left in the fridge. So I'm at the bottom of the lift and we're out of here. I'm going to drive to Andrew's niche I'm going to use my bike, which is still parked where I left it, I think, which is excellent. I thought it might have been towed by now because it's right in front of a crossing. I have been blocking traffic, however. It looks like they've been sneaking past me. I'm going to jump on here. Incidentally, I also know that I haven't spent my ability points and my skill points, and I'm going to do that. In fact, whilst I'm in here looking at the map, let's do that before we move off, because the ability points are both going to go into technical ability. There they go, and the tech points are both going in here too, because I had a look around, and the one I want to improve is the one in the centre here, all things cyber. So I'm going to boost that to level 1 and to level 2, which reduces by 20% the cyberware capacity cost for cyberware in the integumentary system and skeleton. I am planning to head to a ripperdoc during the course of this. The other thing I wanted to do was look on my map to see how far we've got to go. Yes, it's going to be a bike ride. It's a big ride. Andrew's niche is... This looks like it's outside of the city even. That's it. Happy together, find Andrew's niche before talking to the cops. Now, I did spot the cops were upstairs as I came out of Barry's apartment, but I think if I'd gone to talk to them then, it might have actually taken away the option to go and look at Andrew's niche, and boy do I want to look at it. I want to get to the bottom of what's going on with Barry. I think this is one of those quests where we can actually help someone. It's just pure good vibes, really. He sounds like a good cop. Hence, his friends have missed him, particularly the female cop who thought, you know, as she said, if it's not you, who's going to look after these people? She was trying to make him feel a sense of responsibility. I think his sense of responsibility has been dented by, well, discovering that the chief of police himself was on a corporate payroll and was pulling the plug on investigations that would have cast bad light upon what the corporations were up to. I also think the death of Andrew has not helped. The two things together probably contributed to him leaving the force. And as we've seen from the state of his apartment, he's not in a good place. So I'm hoping we'll get some clues by visiting this niche. I don't quite understand the meaning of what a niche is, but we'll probably find out when we get there. It's not far away, but it was too far to walk, and we did a lot of walking in episode 12, and I think we'll probably do a fair bit of walking in this episode when we get to the places we're driving to. It's a good excuse to use the bike, to listen to the radio. I haven't changed the radio station yet. I know some people have suggested Morrow Rock to me. I think there's a good few stations on there. There's an awful lot of rubbish on the road here. There's something spilled rubbish everywhere. It's looking a bit random, isn't it? We're out of the city. Okay, now this looks spectacular. This... Ooh, that is nice. Let's just stop for a second. Look behind you. That's going to make a nice photograph. Let's get a little bit further up and pause on the bend, just like it's not safe to. I don't want it to disappear from view. That's pretty good. I'm quite liking that. I'll just pop off the bike. I'm going to turn my radio off because it's... I'm trying to turn my radio off. Actually, do you know what? While I'm here, I'll put Morrow Rock radio on. There we go. Because it's been requested by a few people and I don't know. But that's quite nice. That's quite a good photograph just there. It's rather centrally composed, but there's a bit of framing by the trees on one side and the buildings on the other. And we'll avoid the 50-50. Okay, I'm going to take that picture because I think it looks quite good. Let's just take it as it is. There's no limit on this, it's digital photography. We can take thousands of them if we want, can't we? I think somebody in the comments did actually say that, now I mention it, that they had taken thousands of photographs. That's pretty good too, watching that going up into the sky. I don't need to get the top of it in, but that's good. And back into here again. I'll take one of those. There we go. I just wanted to use my camera, you know. I brought it with me and all that. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm standing in the road. Thank you for... I apologise to all of you for holding up the traffic. I'm sure you've all got very important places to go. But then, so have I. Whoa, that was a bit close. That will have scraped some paint off my bike. I say my bike. I'm calling it my bike now. Also, you know, I think the clothing he's wearing kind of matches, and I hadn't really noticed this. It's kind of appropriate to the bike. I was trying to zoom in there and I ended up using a health benefit instead because I forgot you can't do that when you're on a bike. Down here is this gaunt structure over here where we're heading. This is Andrew's niche. What is this place? It's quite brutalist in structure and very similar. There's a repeating element to it. It almost looks like lots of storage containers piled on top of each other, doesn't it? The gaps between them look to be the same as well. There's an entrance. I'm going to the entrance. Ooh.
In a week, okay? Yeah? I promise.
I'm walking into people's conversations again. What is it you just promised somebody will happen in a week's time? There is a police investigation going on over here. This is like a... Is this like a mausoleum? Is it like a memorial? A place of rest? Is that what this is? I could ask these policemen, but they look pretty busy detaining a suspect who has been naughty. That could be... Yeah, you're not going anywhere, my friend. I would relax. I'm not going to steal the police car. Right. Oh, something else I've just noticed on here. We have a tarot symbol on the minimap. I will try to find the tarot first. Where is it? Slightly ahead and to my right. And it's just disappeared. Oh.
Because Mom got really sick and had to leave. But I know she's watching you from on high and that she loves you very much.
Oh, goodness.
Preston says that his dad died, and he can still see him and talk to him whenever he wants.
Because Preston's dad, he didn't go to heaven like your mom.
Preston says his dad is in an even better place than heaven. He's at Arasaka.
Sweetie.
And he said if we had more money, then Mom could also be at Arasaka instead of in heaven. And then we could go and see her together every day.
Honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness, that was sad. But it's highlighting the divide, isn't it? The rich and the poorer. I mean, they don't look poor, but poorer. And you don't have to be poorer by much in Night City before you start sliding away from the benefits that the rich have. Many of those benefits just sound ordinary to us, but they're not ordinary in 2077. That's the dystopia, isn't it? Oh, is that what this place is going to be? Is it going to be full of these conversations? If that's true, the devs have done a really good job on it. I've turned my radio off, partly because it just felt wrong to have a radio playing in a place of quiet introspection like this. And you've got this natural filtered light shining through. And you've got the sound of the wind. And there's kind of like... I don't know what it is. It's reinforcing the separation from the city, isn't it? These are not colourful. They are uniform. There's a standardisation to them. You could get lost in this place very easily. It's hard to know one row from the next. There aren't even any labels as far as I can see. There's no identifying marks on them. It's a leveller. It's a curious leveller. It's like all differences between people are brushed away in this place and they're all treated the same. That tarot thing has just reappeared. It's here. Got it.
Huh.
Yes, and we have a tarot. Temperance. Go to the tarot collection. It's that one. Temperance. Temperance is the card of balance. It may symbolise self-restraint or the gradual shift towards a more mature state of equilibrium. Temperance is associated with being in control of oneself as well as the desire to achieve inner peace. So that's an aspirational tarot, isn't it, to find? It's a reminder, and it's appropriate to this place, finding inner peace. A lot of the people coming here, I suspect, will be mourners. And Johnny is now standing there waiting for me. This is no place to draw a weapon. I'm just looking, you can't see it because the webcam is in the way. I'm not drawing a weapon in this place. Some of these wall panels have markings on them. Johnny wants to talk to me. Hello. Also dress in this place. People are very... It's casual, but it's smart casual. There's a respectful nature to the way people are dressed. And there's certainly no bad behaviour apart from the guy we've seen outside. Johnny, were you waiting to talk to me? No. Hey, oh, Andrew! In loving memory of my best friend Andrew, you were a tortoise. You were a tortoise, but you listened like a person. You were with me when Grammy explained what was right. You are the last memory of a better world. Rest in peace. Oh. Okay. No, a tortoise is this a joke I'm not going to go with. Barry needs help. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a disrespectful or mean way. I mean Barry has clearly lost so much faith in human contact that the most important thing to him, his best friend, was a tortoise. I think it's an indication of how far he's slipped.
Barry's not okay. I mean, if that tortoise was the one thing that got him up in the morning.
Now you're starting to get it.
His friends have to know. Hopefully it's not too late.
You know how it goes. Stare too long into the abyss will stare right back at you. Taking a step into it wouldn't be so drastic, considering the shit he's seen in his lifetime.
That's entirely appropriate. And Johnny, that's extremely perceptive of you to understand that. And also, can I just congratulate the devs on making the sun's shadow move? Can you see that? Can you actually see the way that shadow is creeping across the face of the blocks of stone? Look at it go. Okay, respect. And talking of respect, it's sending me back now to talk to the cops. There is no way I'm going back there straight away. This place fascinates me. It's in Sire. Isn't it weird though the way that the technology reaches even into death in this place? They couldn't keep the technology out. You still have to have these digital displays. It does have a sort of sacred feel to it, this place. There's a simplicity but a beauty to it as well. It's like, you know, the environment outside is harsh, the cybernetic environment, everything that's going on in Night City. And this is the stripped away version where everything is simple again. Johnny's conversation there was good. It added sort of a perspective to Barry's experience. He has been into the abyss. There are many people here, and I think I ought to probably talk to some of them. I really don't know where to start. I think I'm going to go outside or go down this edge. Let's go down this edge and see what we find. Okay, I've edited that out slightly because I was running around just looking for a place to take a photograph from, and I've actually finally settled on this. And do you know what's made me want to take a photograph here? It's because the angle makes the entrance look a bit like a face. Can you see that? It's sort of got a head shape with two eyes at the side and a mouth going away cavernously into the main central distance. I just don't know what it was about it. It just appealed to me and said, take my photo. So I shall. I'm also going to put more sky in as well, so we're looking up at it. Let's do that. I like that. There's something about it. It's a little unsettling. So what I will do is walk down this middle aisle and we'll see what we can see. And I'm going to try and interview more people. Try and pick up on more conversations. Oh, Lucius Rhyme, a great man of the people. Some of these displays do have names on them. Okay. Are the central ones more important in some way, or is this common all the way around? Who's this?
You are standing in the place of eternal rest. Lighting candles and spray painting are strictly forbidden.
They are. No candles. Jackie Wells, good night, sweet prince. I don't think scanning it is going to reveal anything. It didn't. Oh, there is stuff to find here. There is lore buried in this. Oswald Forrest, he thought he could get away with anything. And we have multilingual announcements telling people what they can and can't do. Don't light candles. Whatever you do, don't light candles. This is Arthur Jenkins, committed to the corporation, loyal until the very end. So these more important people in this section, I'm still wondering this. And we also have Rebecca, I regret not finishing our conversation. That's very formal. And Pilar Dorio Main, you were the only family I ever had. Goodness, that's a multiple grave place. Oh, was this your family? I think it may be, since he's the person standing there. Okay, we've two very different attitudes here. Although there's a lot of respect going on. This guy's with his hands folded across him like that and head bowed. This is a place for silent reflection. I mean, I'm going to interrupt him just to ask a question.
Carpe fucking diem.
Oh, right. I'll try to do that. This guy here is curious. He appears to have had cyberware implants, but no longer has them. They're definitely the marks of where they would have been. Hi.
Hey there.
You okay? And also your clothing is different to most of the other people here. It's almost a belief-based thing, maybe?
How's it going?
I'm going to speculate that you had cyberware and you had it removed. Did you kind of rebel against the whole idea of it? Maybe you did. And we have cleaners. Hey, you've got your headphones on so you won't hear me. Hi!
Hello.
Hi! Don't shout. Okay. People always shout when they've got headphones on. I do it too. Now this looks different. There's a little elevated slope here that takes you up to this. This is probably the pinnacle of the whole thing. And we have, and I'll get down to it, Gloria Martinez, you were right. David reached the top of Arasaka Tower. Martinez? David Martinez! You didn't take me to the moon, but you were there with me. Oh, the anime. Suddenly, Andrew Wayland, he tried to shape reality at a lethal cost. There are a lot of these. There are many of them. This is Antonio Perez, beloved friend and brother. Antonio Perez. Also Nick Ford, beloved friend, brother and good man, he was taken too soon. I don't understand all these references, but please don't explain them to me in the comment, because some of them I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to understand at the moment. Ryan Adam Webb, I'm a rocker boy. And Jason Albury, father, husband, brother, son, saw high in cyberspace. Sid Mead, creator of Worlds. And Roy Batty, all these moments will be lost in time like tears in rain. Another reference to Blade Runner. I'm going to wander around and just see if there are more people to interact with than I've met so far, because I think we might learn little bits. I am standing in a place of eternal rest. Okay, here's a lady who's... Well, here are several people. Let's start with you. There's a posture thing here too, isn't there? The way that they're here alone. It's the solitary nature of grief for many of them. There's diverse ages. There's a kind of social structure thing here that's been reflecting everything from the city. And yet there's clearly something about economic disparity too, because the conversation we heard with the little girl with her father, clearly she knows even at her age there are differences and that people are treated differently and have different opportunities, and when they need to, have different chances of survival. She's bitter about it at her age. Hi.
What do you want?
Okay, now that again is entirely appropriate to where we are. She's lost in her thoughts, they're bitter, and she doesn't want interrupting. And yet the act of interrupting her in the game enhances the environment. It pulls the integrity of the experience together. I love it. It's great. I'm going to leave you in peace. However, I haven't spoken to you yet. She's deep in thought. Again, look, the arms folded, like the person further along and the person at the end.
I try and I try.
And that's an expression we've heard used elsewhere in a different context, but it fits this context too. Oh, this guy is finished and he's away. Some of these people look like they're literally here on their break. It is like 10:52 in the morning. Maybe they've just come out of work for a little while. There's the city where all these people lived, I suspect. But they all ended up here. It's like in the shadow of it, but it's also in the bright sunlight too. This is a slightly older looking person. Hello? Oh, it's going to be difficult to talk to you from that side. I'm going to pop round this side and talk to you from here.
Are you trying to scare me or something?
Not at all. I was just changing position so that I could get in a better position for pressing this.
Are you looking for someone?
Not specifically, no. The person I was looking for turned out to be a tortoise. I know, but you know, I guess if you pay enough, they'll let you bury anyone or anything here.
I don't know you, so let's keep it that way.
All right. I mean, we've had a moment there. I feel we shared something, and having shared it, I will respectfully withdraw, bowing as I go, because I feel like I've monopolised you for too long. I'd kind of like... Oh, I bet you're not supposed to run here. I better walk. I'd kind of like just to wander around and see if there are any more. Oh, there are some more. Oh no, they're the ones I've seen. What's down here? Some of these things on the walls are just not able to be interrogated. They're just fuzzed out, I think would be the expression you would use. The interior part of this is quite dark because it has a roof structure. Any more people around? Hello. You're in a very dark area. I mean, you just watch their expressions, and then the way she's noticed that I'm there, and she's turned to look at me, and then she's gone back to doing what she was doing before. It takes my mind over sometimes, this kind of experience.
Where are you from?
Well, originally I'm a nomad, but now I'm kind of just in the city trying to survive like everybody else. In fact, I have a friend who's buried here.
Konnichiwa.
Hello to you too. I'm not sure why you would suddenly burst into Japanese, because you weren't being Japanese a moment ago with me. You were speaking English. But whatever. Alright, now we have very different attire. And I need to stand up because I've just realised I'm on my haunches. I mean, that's barely decent, I would think, for visiting this place. Did you not think of putting something on that was a little bit more respectful?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say it's perhaps more suitable to clouds or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would, actually. Maybe her other clothes were all in the wash, I don't know. And it actually extends so far as prayer, I think we would call that.
Hola.
Hi. Some of them seem to be at different stages of grief too, don't they? You get the feeling with some, maybe her, she's further along, more pragmatic. And an awful lot of people here on their own. What's that guy doing over there? Oh, he's on the phone. I'll leave him to it. Make your phone call, sir. Here's another one. This guy, I would say, is not quite so far along. You okay? Are those tears on your face? I'm not sure if there are.
Jess, what's up?
I'm just sort of doing a survey of the people here. It's partly what I do.
What?
It's partly what I do. I'm trying to understand the mix that the devs have put in this place. Somehow they've managed to create a place of tranquility. And everything, it's like everything's subverted, isn't it? I thought Andrew was a person, and we've had that turned on its head by finding out that he was a tortoise. And this place is so innocent in this cynical, cybernetic universe. It's relatable, this place. Oh, do we have another one of these here? Who is this? This is Julia, or no, biggest pardon, Julio. He blew us away with his enthusiasm. I misread the name. I probably will have to find out at some stage, not now, what the relevance is of the names that have been used on here. He's still there trying to explain to his daughter why it wasn't just bad luck. What happened to Mummy? This has been a sobering experience in Cyberpunk. This has been very, very different to what I was kind of expecting. I am so glad that I came this way. And I mean, people look even at showing some respect in terms of, this is the guy who was in there, isn't it? He's come out and he's had a cigarette break and he's not had enough. He's going back, but he wasn't going to smoke a cigarette inside there. That's a sobering experience. Right, now look, I'm going to get out of here. I've sort of boxed myself in a corner. These have been created, haven't they, these places? These very sort of introspective spaces. It's telling me I should go down here and then go along here and then go out here. And there we're out. Where is my bike? My bike is over there. That was really good. I probably ought to have a look around outside actually before I disappear, thinking about it. Columbarium. There it is. Hi guys. What are you two up to? They don't look like they're up to any good at all.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yeah, I'm wondering why you were just sort of flexing your foot there. Can I just say, I really like your watch. I mean, gold is not my favourite colour for watch, but I love the watch face on it. That looks very high-tech. So, do you want to sell it?
I do not know you, so fuck off.
Okay. I'll go to eBay. I won't interfere with this police action which is going on here. The guy's still on the ground. Are you waiting for transport to take him away? Is that what this is? Alright, there's stuff happening here. I'm glad I've come round this side. Oh. Someone's being consoled. I think that's the first time in the game I've actually seen someone crying.
I don't recognize you.
Just passing through.
I am. I actually came here for a similar reason to you, but your friend seems very upset.
I'm not in the mood. Can you give me a break?
I can. I'll leave you to be comforted by your friend there. Thank goodness you have one. I had a friend once. I've just been to see his remains. Oh, and part of his...
City! Hell's 10th Circle!
I know this is the sort of place you would expect to find someone preaching a doctrine of some sort, isn't it? Because, and I'm being cynical here, these people are at the lowest point, probably, and they're susceptible, they're vulnerable to this kind of stuff. I mean, that girl over there looks very upset. He's clapping, she's not. What's she doing? Is she wiping her eyes? I think she is.
It's hopeless. The whole world is fucked.
Yeah, she's not quite as enthusiastic.
My, oh my, look at him, so handsome.
Thank you. I was just singing your praises, and then you go and say something like that, and, you know, my illusions are shattered. I was building you up to be a saint, lady, and now I'm not. The lower level here looks... Oh! Oh gosh, there's loads to see down here. I am so glad I came around that corner. This is... Okay, now I'm completely intrigued. This guy, all of you guys have had cyberware removed. All of you.
Hey there!
Hey there yourself. Are you going to tell me anything about what it is exactly that you're doing? They still come here. He's not going to speak. I'll try the one round the other side. It's possible they won't. Because they're in a group, they will not.
Do I know you?
You don't. I won't expect that language from you. And there is some kind of prayer going on here. So I'm guessing in this place of eternal rest, as the announcement has just said, that a fellow believer or follower of whatever it is you ascribe to is here. This is a big group. Right, now I'm guessing, based on the fact they're all assembled here, that this is very recent. In fact, this may be the first gathering of these people. Whoever's interred here, it could just have happened. And you start wondering about familial relationships. There's someone over there in Floods of Tears too. This has been so well done. She's distraught. You're the most distraught person I've seen so far.
Let it go, friend.
It's fine. That's a really well constructed piece. It's got this beauty of colour to it. Look at the trees and the clothing that the people are wearing. It's not sombre. It's not funereal at all. People turn up in their ordinary clothes, some of them at least. And yet there's such a stark contrast between that and the greyness of these monolithic slabs. And I'm guessing each of these little stone divisions is potentially a place of rest for a person. And there are hundreds of thousands of them. And they all ended up here. Okay, these two are standing away a distance because she's smoking. You probably shouldn't be doing that there. You probably should have gone somewhere else. And it's not just one religious order or following or secular group of some sort that dresses in a particular way that's here. Hi, you okay?
How's it going?
It's going really well, really well. This place has kept me wrapped in a way that I just didn't foresee at all. And it's set in such a beautiful place. Look at it. You turn around and you've got the serenity of these mountains and the hills and the sparse vegetation and the colours. You've got the sky. You don't have to look at Night City. You don't have to be reminded of it if you don't want to. This is one of those locations where you can actually forget the place. Okay, this is a bit more casual. And a child who probably doesn't quite know what to make of it, because children often don't. Children experience grief differently. Some do, and some don't. Some shut it out. And it's sort of a defence mechanism. It doesn't mean they're intentionally malicious or callous in any way. It simply means that that's their way of dealing with it. Oh. Oh! That is exactly what I was saying. That has to be the mother. Hi, it's okay, I'm keeping out of your way. I'm guessing that child is associated with you. I'm guessing that's your child. That you're responsible for that child. And this is raw for her. She looks like she's a waitress, given the kind of apron effect going around her waist and the uniform.
Someone else.
I don't mean to bother you. I do mean to get to the bottom of this. She is. Hi, I'm Tess. Hi, Tess. And she's here. She could be in her lunch break. It's 12:53 p.m. She's come directly from work. She's been bottling it up all morning, and now look. And meantime, the child is playing a version of hopscotch. The difference between the two of them is just intense. It's jaw-dropping. I mean, I'm so impressed by the attention to detail of the devs. And the kid falls over and brushes himself down and carries on. That was incredible. I am so glad that I went round the edge of this building, because I would have missed all of that. Had I just gone in there, looked at Andrew's ashes, or whatever you want to call them, and come away, all of that would have been missed. And how long has it taken me? Ages. This is what I was talking about, having a list and just not being able to get through it.
Because it's your grandma. You gotta be polite.
Oh.
Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Very often brings family divisions to a sharp focus, doesn't it, when something like this occurs? Oh, there are a million stories in there, are there not? I've got to go back and talk to the cops. Whoa, I'm very sorry, I forgot which country I'm in. My bad. I keep forgetting. I'm going to drive back to the cops. I'll keep the radio on. It's not too bad at the moment. It's not too intrusive. I can still... Well, really not supposed to do that. I can still drive. Of a fashion. I'll even take the right way around the roundabout. I've really got to try and obey the rules of the road, because I think that's part of the authenticity of a game. This is why I don't like games where the driving allows you to do things that seem immersion breaking. If it does, then I think you've got to be strict with yourself if you really want to be immersed in the game, and make yourself obey rules. I know I've crossed lines, and I know I've done things that... I mean, like this bit here, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to overtake this guy, but he's going so slowly I'll probably undertake him instead. There we go. But it just does help, doesn't it? So I'm going to head back to the cops, because I want to get a resolution to Barry's quest. Driving from light into dark really does make it hard to see what you're doing. I probably should have paused there because everybody else did. I feel like I'm on a mission of some sort where speed is of the essence. It's only a kilometre away. Have I gone the right way? No. No, I haven't gone the right way. can thankfully turn round. Turn round. I should have gone down the down ramp there, I think, or the off ramp, I don't know what to call it. There, that's where I should have gone. Yeah, got it. I'm still learning my way around the map. Oh, Barry, I don't know what your friends can do for you with the information I'm about to impart on them, but I hope they do something tangible, because I don't know what the outcomes to this particular side quest are, whether there are multiple outcomes, whether things that are horrible could have happened with Barry, whether things that are good could happen with Barry. I don't know where I stand in what I've discovered, or whether it's going to bring one particular outcome over another. I guess that's part of keeping you on your toes in the game, that you do this sort of go fetch thing, you come back, but you don't know what effect it's going to have. I am going to park up and go into my building. I'm going to leave my bike fashionably right against the curb here, because it's just so convenient for when I come out. And I'm going to pop upstairs. I may edit this little bit out, because all I'm going to do is go upstairs. Quite what they're going to make of this information, I don't know. I think my ability to help Barry may be coming to an end. I think the whole idea of me talking to the cops is to make them realise what a state he's in and what they can do to help him, because so far their help hasn't been effective. So I'm going to get straight to the point with them if I get to choose.
It's you. You talked to Barry? He finally decided to get his shit together?
For crying out loud, Mendez.
Yeah, Mendez. I visited Andrew's grave. I did. Maybe I should tell them that.
Barry isn't in great shape. So much so, in fact, that he preferred to talk to a tortoise instead of you two.
That's supposed to be funny?
Not at all.
The complete opposite. It's sad as hell. Barry didn't handle Bad's life too well. He made fun of him, so he stopped sharing things. And apart from you guys, all he had was a tortoise, his best friend, a memento of his grandma. Till he died, that is.
Fuck. I don't fucking believe this. You're bullshitting me.
No, I think you should go and see for yourself right now.
You want proof? Niche in the Columbarium speaks for itself.
Why would he lie to us, though? He talked about that tortoise like it was a normal person.
How do you think Mendez would react if Barry admitted that he was talking to animals?
Absolutely, yeah.
Jesus, Barry. I thought he was being a drama queen, that he'd get over it. I gotta go and talk.
Yes, you do.
About time. Thanks for your help. This is for your trouble.
Oh, we've got paid for it. Check in on Barry. I think we've done it. We're going to go and check in on Barry. 2,000 eddies? But I was just doing my duty, my civic duty. Go on then, knock on the door. I can't do it. You're in the way.
I already told you. You ain't got a warrant, you ain't coming in.
Damn it, Barry. Can't we just talk? Petrova told me your last case was a real ball buster. Boss told you to keep your lips sealed, huh? Had a similar situation once, you know? Fucking child killer. Dirtbag was on the petrochem board, so it was out of our hands. Remember it to this day. That little kid's t-shirt. Green, with this funny yellow cat.
It worked! Yes! They've gone in, they're going to talk. You see, they're not so different after all. Oh, that was amazing! That was incredible. Okay, I'm made up by that. Right, so that was the first thing I wanted to do after we came out of the apartment, and we've done it. Now, the next thing was, and I'm just looking at my list, because I have to have a list to remind me of the things I want to attempt. So the next thing I wanted to do in the journal was find the gig, which is the extra part of the reward from Wakako for rescuing Sandra Dorset way back at the beginning of the game. And we've got to go to Cassius Ryder's ripperdoc shop. Now that's perfect because I wanted to visit a ripperdoc during episode 13. That's why I've saved up 74,152 eddies and have done my best to improve my level and all the rest of it. So it says it's 1.1 kilometres away. We'll be using the bike. Whenever we go see Wakako and walk into that pachinko salon of hers, I get this weird, like, tingling feeling on the back of my neck. I don't know, V. She's all kinds of weird. Anyway, she promised a special reward for this job with Sandra Dorset. All we have to do is go see her on Jig Jig Street. Well, we've seen her. What we've got to do is go to Cassius Ryder's ripperdoc shop. So that is where we're heading off next. Let's head downstairs. Now, I'm going to say before I get to the ripperdoc, two things. Thing number one, I'm well aware of the fact that the last time I went to a ripperdoc, I enhanced certain parts of my cyberware when probably I shouldn't have, and I should have looked towards just replacing them with better stuff. I didn't do that. So today I am going to be replacing some of my cyberware with better stuff. However, I know that opinions will vary on the things that I choose to do when I get there. So I just want to put this out there now, that it's absolutely fine in the comments for people to sort of say, I would have done this or you should have done that, but I'm playing this for my first time through and I'm just doing it on my best instinct. If you disagree with my choices, then that's absolutely fine, but please do remember, I don't know any better. And if I was to ask about what to do, that would be to spoil the first time playthrough ethic. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say to people, tell me what I should do in this situation. That doesn't work. So, having said those two things, and that's just to sort of cover me for when I get there, because I know what will happen if I don't, that people in the comments will sort of tell me what I should have done, but didn't. I want to keep this authentic to a blind playthrough first time experience for everybody else as well, for the beginners watching, so that we can all feel that we're able to make mistakes. No one's looking for perfection, least of all me in this. The whole thing is a voyage of discovery. I'm having great fun, and that's why we play the games. Also, and I mean this, I would never dream of telling someone else how to play a game. All those people who've said, you know, they like the way I play the game, I've accepted it as a compliment that they say that. But I'm well aware of the fact that it's just one way of doing it, and that many, many other ways exist. And, you know, I can't tell. All I know is that my way of doing it fits me. It may not fit somebody else, and their way probably wouldn't fit me either. So I guess I'm nervous. All of this boils down, can you tell, to the fact that I'm nervous. I've been looking forward to going to the ripperdoc, and now I'm experiencing some trepidation about it. And I think it's here. We're going to have to park up. Okay, let's get off, and we'll go walking. I'm going to turn your personal radio off. Ooh, what's this? All NCPD subcons, APB out for a suspect accused of organised crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way. Is that where I am? Scavengers, led by Yelena Sidorova, presumed to be armed and dangerous, have assaulted multiple homeless persons. Night City officials are offering a reward for neutralising the threat. I mean, I don't know. I've so far avoided NCPD stuff in this particular episode because I did quite a lot of it in the last episode, and I've got these things that I really want to do this episode, including visiting the ripperdoc. If I'm not careful, the episode could grow to such a length that I won't get to do that. I think it might be, that's a heavy one, a suspected organised crime activity. I will go there. I think I'll give it a go. I might regret this. I'm leaving my bike behind and I'm running because I need the exercise. Hey, come with me. There's a suspected organised crime activity just round the corner. No, you're not interested. Regina what?
You know wild screaming at Totem Tents isn't headline news.
Okay.
Could just be some screamo band set rehearsal. That or something a shade more sinister.
Alright. So there's a cyber psycho thing which I've been alerted to. That guy just shot that person. Regina, what now? I don't need to remind you this is Maelstrom Hotspot. If you confirm a cyber psycho is behind this, please do try to keep them alive. Thanks. Okay. I am going to tag this guy. He's a crow. Affiliated with the Scavengers. I don't think I can stealth him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. At that. It's been a while. Ooh, I'll just pop over there. I'm not even looking down there. Let's see what occurs when I creep up and grab you. And I won't kill you. I'll just incapacitate you. Like that. I'll take those components. It's telling me to continue down here and I'm a bit nervous of this. Oh. Use of force is permitted. Very well. I may need to... Whoa, 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 whoa. You've got very good eyesight if you could see me all the way from there. Alright, I'm getting a lot of pickups here of you are being watched sounds. That's because there's quite a lot of these people. I could start an overheat. I think they're likely to come after me. I'm not even going to tag them because they are confined to this area. Let's do that to start with. There's another one up there. You I will tag. Because the other three, they'll be visible because of what I've just done to them. Tracing's taking a while. That's good. I was running away thinking they were going to be after me any second there. Alright. I am able to overheat you now because I've recovered sufficient RAM. I know there's a suspected organised crime activity. I'm here. I could overload that. They're all dead already. Secure the area. Use of force is permitted. I know this. That one isn't dead yet. Let's overheat you again. Oh, oh, oh. Warning, I've been detected. I don't think I want to reboot his optics. He's climbing a ladder. He's going to snipe at me, and here comes someone else. Now you can have an overheat. Immediately. And I'm now under attack. But I'm quite happy with that. Because I'm maintaining a distance. I was maintaining a distance. I'll overheat you. I will just medicate. I could really use a little bit more cover from where I am. If I perhaps pull back a little further. That's better. That's reduced the sight lines somewhat. It is very dark down now, however. It's probably time to start tagging now. I can afford to... I can't do more than reboot your optics. Probably should have... Whoa. A weapon handy.
Your actions are illegal.
My what or what? Is that me telling them this? They may die before they get to me. I'm hoping they do. Maybe not. Whoa. Took a little bit to do it, but we got you. Okay. So I think there may be someone down there, which I'll tag and put an overheat on. And there's definitely someone up on that raised area. That was a very good shot of yours. That hurt me a lot, actually. I can't restore myself twice, and I need to because my health's pretty poor. I'll wait this one out. It's a little bit of combat thrown into what we're doing. Okay, there we go. They got a shot in at me before I could actually do much about finding them. There they are. Tag overheat. Back up. You're hurting very badly. You've seriously got to repair yourself before you do anything else. Let's pop out of here. Okay, you alright now? Let's do this. There's one. We're going to stay until we've done 2. I don't think I'm even going to get a shot in. How that one can see me when there's a concrete barrier in the way is an interesting thing to speculate about. Alright. I'm still using my best endeavours to get these people. This one is... There you are, you've broken cover. Gotcha. I think I might not be rich enough. Maybe I am rich enough to give you 2. You're dead. I mean, you're writhing about on the floor, which is making your identifier wriggle around. This is still showing that I'm in combat and there is still a need to secure the area. I mean, I probably should leave the looting till later, but what the heck and all that. Let's scan a little further as we go in. There are many things I can overload down here, that's good to know. Okay, let's take some cover over here. And this is proper cover as well, rather than concealment. Large concrete items always give me some sense of security. I mean, I don't know where the other bad guys are. I will start looting this stuff. I'm really sorry. There's probably going to be a fair bit to pick up, and I'm not going to pick it all up in one go. I'll just get little bits of it for now. It's pushing me this way. There's an indication I should be going this way. But I'm really not sure. What's to be found? This place is cluttered, is what I would call it. The area is still hostile. I mean, you're carrying quite a lot of useful things. I will take both of those. I'll come back and get the rest of this stuff. What is that? I so want to equip that, but its attack speed is very, very low. Very low indeed. The range is insane though, look at it. It has the largest range of anything I've ever seen. I think I'm going to take that. I won't equip it, but I'll take it to study later. Also, I'll take those of yours. I mean, it's been worth it from the point of view of getting so much out of them. Coming down here, I can sell all this stuff. There's the thing I'm aiming for. It's only 40 metres away. Uh-oh. We're no longer alone. Tag and overheat. Do we have any more? Do we have any more? That's quite painful, isn't it? Tracing my location. I can't see any others. There are a lot of things that I could initiate overloads with here. It's littered with stuff I can initiate overloads with. There's another one. So you can have an overheat as well. Overheat is my favourite quick hack at the moment. It just seems universally useful on humans. I understand short circuit is better for machines and things like that. But he's gone. That one's gone. Yes, yes, yes. I will overload that now. Oh, it didn't do much. I can overheat you again. I have been detected, but I don't think it's going to help you too much. Yes, because you're suffering. And I think you might be out of this. Here comes the next one. At distance. Don't think I can tag you. Whoa, here come the next two. Tag overheat. Let's back up a little. Use some cover. It's not much cover, but it's cover of a sort. I haven't thrown a grenade recently. I think it's probably too far. Whoa, maybe not. It bounced off the floor in a very satisfactory manner. I'll put an overheat on that one. I can't quite tag them properly at the moment. I can overload that, which looks quite proximate to where they are. That one's gone. This one's still with us. Let's move up. And youch, that was a very good shot of yours. I have to admire your shooting. I do admire your shooting. That was good. I'll try another grenade. It's quite tricksy to get it land where I want it to. I think you're sheltered too much. Ouch. Gotta be careful dashing between cover. Ooh, that was brave. That was very brave for me. That was incredibly brave. Netrunner 15. Ah. I think we've done it. I do. Whoa. Experience point went through the roof. Alright. So let's scan. And 2,100 eddies. That's probably the hardest police gig I've taken so far upon myself to do. And there's a great deal of stuff here. 3,200 more dollars? Oh my heaven. An archive conversation as well between Yelena Sidorova and Jerry Falter. We got the right one. Yelena, so what's the gig, Jerry? Ms. Sidorova, we've known each other for some time now. Yelena, yeah, get to the point. What does the NC Police Commissioner want from me? Ah, the Police Commissioner. Jerry, I'm not writing as Police Commissioner. This is a private matter. Yelena, sure. And? Jerry, it's about those bums on that lot in NID. You know which lot I'm talking about. And he waits for a reply. Yelena, the one that Skopsucking bought? Jerry, he's a developer, but yes, that one. To put it simply, the bums have to disappear. Could you make that happen for us? We don't want to make it official through NCPD channels. Yelena, we? Thought this was a personal thing. Jerry, fine. Could you make that happen for me? I can offer good cred. Yelena, fine, we'll take care of the bums, but you got to block your patrols while we're there, so we won't have to your boys up too. Jerry, consider it done. Heavens. There was some skullduggery going on there. And this area is rich with pickings. It just is. If I don't use any of these things, I'll at least have them. Right, I've got to do a systematic exploration of this area to collect everything there is to collect, so I'm exploring systematically starting now. That was good. That wasn't too bad at all. That was an organised crime thing. They're one of the hardest police gigs you can get, as far as I understand it. And it worked. We got through it and out the other side. Intact. And got loads of stuff for doing it. I am always keen for ammunition. I haven't picked ammunition up for a while, actually. And now I think I might actually have a sniper rifle. I'm not sure whether that big rifle that I picked up that had immense range was a sniper rifle. It looks like it could be. It looked a very heavy sniper rifle, the sort that needed a stand on the base. But I don't know, I'll see. If I've got it wrong, I'll find out. And again, if you're answering, if you're if you're popping into the comments to say, actually, that rifle was a da-da-da-da-da, then please check that someone else hasn't said the same thing. Because I don't like the idea of people wasting their effort, really. You know, it must be a bit disheartening if you think you've said something for the first time, but actually it's maybe the 10th or 20th time that someone has said it. Oh, I could have made use of this as well to blow things up. Okay. So what did I miss on my way then? There were some more weapons that were dropped, I'm pretty sure. Yes, there were. Disassemble. And... ooh, hello. What's going on there? I take it it's the breeze causing that to happen. That looked really strange, don't you think? There can't be that much breeze because there's a candle over there and it's barely moving. Also, there is much. I'm probably going to miss one or two of these weapons. It's not the end of the world. I do want to move on and get to the ripperdoc. I just couldn't resist the temptation of doing this police action because I've not really been in a situation of having a really heavy encounter like that was prolonged. So it was fun. All these tents. This is like a really strange dwelling area. People have got bespoke places. And how do you get to yours up there? There must be stairs I can't see. Or you bring a ladder. Or maybe you pull the ladder up so that no one can get to you unless they bring their own ladder. There's a thought. Okay, we're out of here. I'm heading back to the ripperdoc, replete with weapons and stuff. And my bike is here because I called it. I didn't even realise I'd done it. Look at the state of my stash. I've got a lot of weapons in there now. Hello friends, there's been an edit there, a delicious one for the best of reasons. My daughter turned up with my baby granddaughter for a surprise visit. So I've been away from the game for a whole hour. I've paused everything, I've been downstairs and we've played and we've had cuddly toys out and we've had drinks and chatted and had a lovely time. And now I've come back to the game here and I'm rejuvenated and refreshed and ready for what's coming. What's coming is two things. Two things left that I want to do in this episode. The first is this, which is going to Cassius Ryder's ripperdoc shop, getting my reward and doing the upgrades that I said I was going to do last episode. I was planning to, collecting all those eddies. And the second is, I did say we'd return to the storyline in episode 13 because we were away from it completely in episode 12. I want to get that lead that we had to Fingers sorted. So those two things still to do. Let's begin with the first one. I'll get on my bike. We're going to the ripperdocs. Now I should say that I'm not going to stop off to try and sell any of the weapons that I've acquired in the last part of what we've just done, the NCPD gig. We've got plenty of eddies and it'll be a nice start actually having those weapons for when I get back to being near a point where I can sell them and starting to rebuild my savings again. I'm so pleased I took on that NCPD gig because I've shied away from the more strenuous ones, the ones that were organised crime, and that's the first time I've done one. And talking of organised crime, I've just walked into something else. Would you believe it? I don't know. These are Maelstrom goons, and there are a number of them. There's one, and there's one, and there's one, and there's one, and is that somebody on the floor there? That's a civilian. Andrew Simmons is on the floor. It is my duty to protect him. So I'm going to overheat you, and you, and you, because you're the three who are nearest to him. I will retreat to a safe distance, and I'll get a weapon out. I wasn't planning to do this on my way into the ripperdocs, but you know how these things happen sometimes. Oh, he's got away! My civilian's got away! That's good. Wait a minute, there's somebody else there. Who is that? That's still the civilian. There were two civilians. There were two civilians. It's a very good job I didn't resort to grenades then, because I nearly did. Have another overheat. I'm feeling generous. And you can have one too. I'll try and reduce their numbers a little bit before inevitably I'm going to get traced. Here it comes. There we go. I'm not quite completely rejuvenated. They're coming away from the civilian, which is helpful to me because I can throw a grenade and I don't have to worry about the civilian being damaged as a result. 2 grenades in fact. Alright, we'll have a little traditional hey, let's just keep a civil tongue, shall we? Oh, the lamppost got in the way and then got out of the way. Thank you, lamppost. I think I can probably overheat you again now. Let's do that. Take that. That'll keep you busy. There you go. I think you're dead. I think you're dead. You're dead. You just didn't know it. That can't be everybody. It isn't everybody. There's one there. Peeping over the top of that. I'll tag you because you're taking cover, which makes you worth tagging. There we go. I've been a bit lax with some of the tagging recently in situations where enemies have been grouped together in confined spaces. It's just felt easier to deal with them quickly and not worry particularly about them wandering off anywhere. Take it again. Okay, he's down. He just doesn't know it. There he goes. Right. I think we can risk putting you out of your misery. You're already out of your misery. I'll take those tier 1 components. I'll take all of that. I'll turn my personal radio off because I think it's just disrespectful when you're looting bodies to be doing so to the sound of rock music pounding away. There was another civilian here. I was correct about that. And that's worth having if I can pick it up. And here's a body with some tier 2 components. I'm not particularly worried. You know about the daring dairy milkshake or whatever it's called? Having got rid of a lot of food out of my possession at the end of episode 12 before I started episode 13, I have realised that a lot of food that we pick up in this game is probably not that beneficial. Some of it's actually detrimental to your stats. So fun though it was, I'm going to be more selective about that moving forwards. And I probably should scan just in case any weapons went flying anywhere. What's going on there? What exactly is happening there? I'll if it keeps still, it's half buried itself in the floor. That's not making it easy. I'll take that. This is an arch, I've just realised. It's very smart. The level of detail on that. No, put your gun away. The level of detail on that, he said, zooming in. I love the reflections on the various surfaces. That looks like carbon, doesn't it? Looks like carbon fibre. And I don't know if they're intentional, but they look like scratches on the fuel tank there. Probably where somebody's brushed past it wearing clothing that's got, you know, rough surfaces on it. Look at this. This is like translucent, the cover. That's beautiful. Oh, and we have, obviously, because we're living in the century and the time we're at, got a whole bunch of high-tech electronic components in it. Alright, it's very nice and it says get on, but my heart belongs to the bike I have. Jackie's old bike. I'm going in to see the ripperdoc. Okay, this is it. Welcome to Cassius Ryder's ripperdoc shop. We have Lily Rose, who's a customer. We have her Stanislav, who's playing with a gun. Tell me that's not a real gun, somebody. The way he's gingerly patting it does make me somewhat nervous. And there's a guy here as well. There's a room here. Okay, I'll be looking at that room in a moment, but first I'll get off my knees and say to Cassius, how's business? Oh.
How's biz treating you, Cassius?
Oh, yeah.
Lately, can't complain. MaxTac raided a black clinic not long past.
Okay.
Since then, custom accounts gone up, and so my prices.
Oh, dear.
Coincidence? You decide.
Well, I've come here to see what you've got.
Let's see what's good.
Take your pick.
Oh, right. So here we go. Now. Okay, so I said at the start that I was going to do my best effort at upgrading stuff here, and I'll probably get some things right and maybe some things wrong, but this feels good to me. So I've had a quick look around, and what I've decided to do is as follows. In frontal cortex, I am going to install the memory boost tier 2, which gives me 1+ max RAM. Confirm. And I'm also going to install the RAM upgrade, which gives me another +1 max RAM. I've read all the other benefits that are there too, but that's the important thing which I'm concerned with. So that's going in as well. Both of those are done. Now in the operating system, currently I've got a Militech Powerline Mark 1, and I've done some upgrades to it to make it a tier 2 thing. I could replace it with a, if I can find it, Tetratronic Rippler Mark 2. This is also a tier 2 device, and I'm on level 15, and I've been told that various upgrades for marks of things trigger at various points, and the only thing I was told was don't spend too much when you're close to getting to another tier of levels, and I think I am at that point. So I've decided to leave that one alone because I have a functioning operating system which is doing reasonable amounts of work for me. I'm going to go into legs next, and I'm going to install not fortified ankles, not lynx paws, but reinforced tendons, which helps to give me the double jump in midair. So that's going to happen. That's installed. I'm just keeping an eye on how much money I've spent so far. Right, in the circulatory system, the one that took my fancy was the bio monitor here. And I've chosen this because it just seems reasonable that it gives you +5 health items effectiveness and automatically heals you with your equipped health item when your health drops below 50%. So that's going to get installed. Okay, that is that one. And I'm looking because I did make myself a list so I'd be able to refer to them because it's quite complicated. Nervous system was an interesting one. There's an awful bunch of things in here, but one of them is this Kereznikov thing, which is tier 2 cyberware, which can slow time down by 50% for 2 seconds when you aim a ranged attack during a slide, dodge or dash. Now, it may well be, I'm going to install this, that I don't get to use a lot of these things straight away because I'm going to have to learn how they work. So again, I'm just hoping people are going to be understanding about this, bearing in mind I am an older gamer and stuff like this takes longer to assimilate when you get older. In skeleton, I can't remember what I actually picked to do there. I'm trying to see. Let's go to, I've done frontal cortex. I'm not entirely sure I did very much more to this. A lot of these things won't let me have them anyway. There is titanium bones, but I'm very close to my limit of what I can have. I think actually that's where I stopped, because I've reached, as you can see on the scale on the left there, a point where I'm almost going to beyond what's available. That's not a bad set of improvements, I think, when you look at it. I'm quite pleased with that. I've left the operating system alone. That is going to be a priority in the future, but I want to do it beyond level 2 when I've already got a level 2 system that's in there. I'm happy. That's good. I'm going to close out. What happens now? I am out of my chair. The job is done. I have... Oh, did I collect my free reward? Oh, I might have missed my free reward. Cassius, I want to go back in. Where did I miss it? It was a tattoo, wasn't it? I didn't see it in arms. Where else could it be? What parts of your body can have tattoos? It's not in legs. Face? Hands. There's a tattoo. There's a tattoo. I do want to buy and install that implant. I'll confirm that. Thank you. And I think I'll just have a quick look in hands again. Oh, there is Smart Link, which I can afford to do, which enables me to use the smart targeting of smart weapons. So I think I'll buy that. 83, and I'm on 86 on the level. That's pretty good. Now I'm happy. Now I've made some good upgrades, I think. Are we all okay with that? I don't mind if people leave comments about it, but please do understand where I'm coming from. It's my first time. I've made a stab at it and I'm happy. So that's it. It's meant to be fun. It's not a university course. Thank heavens. She's not going to talk to me. You've got terrific hair. Can I just say this? You have amazing hair. And also I've just realised I can see the pores in your skin. At that level of zooming in, the graphic fidelity's got the pores of your skin showing up. Oh, yeah, look at this. This place is like a... This is interesting. It's like a museum almost. That's the kind of thing that you'd have in one of these to show you what's possible. You too could look like this inside. And there is the chair. That's not a shard. That's a shard. I was not expecting a shard. WYSIWYG, what you slot is what you got. The girl brushed a violet lock of hair from her forehead and winked at the man with a silver tattoo standing at the opposite side of the room, sending him the studied smile of a charming ditz. At this moment, Lucy Murray was the fluff-brained daughter of Cosmotech's CEO. Known for her love of hot pink cars and an IQ that matched her shoe size, she couldn't afford to slip out of character, not if she wanted to finish the job. "Hey," she called out in a thin, pouty voice with a note of vocal fry. "So glad you came by. Ever since Daddy bought me this cafe for my birthday, almost no one comes here anymore." She had him, hook, line and sinker. He turned to look at her, some exaggerated yet flirtatious pity in his expression, then started over towards the counter. Lucy executed a quick scan to identify the organic parts of his body and prepared the hypodermic needle containing the sleeping agent. She took 3 steps in the tattooed man's direction and, as she's done dozens of times before, pretended to stumble. Of course, he caught her as she fell into his chest. Then, in a blur, Lucy injected the needle into an exposed patch of organic tissue. No gasps of surprise, no shouts, not a single peep, as he slumped to the floor. Lucy smiled again, this time in triumph. "I have him, Peter," she hollered towards the back room, dropping her sugary Valley Girl tone. "Is the deck ready?" Without waiting for an answer, she grabbed her pair of Cosmo glass and launched the neural data retrieval program. Lucy Murray was gone. The violet-haired woman now spoke as the elusive netrunner known as Bubblegum, the best paid data thief in Night City. Yet in a moment she would become someone new altogether. She would become the man with the silver tattoo. Bubblegum loved her job. Breaking into people's memories was like riding on extreme brain dance emo high. She felt as their foreign limbs became her own. She absorbed their thoughts, views and mannerisms. It was no different this time. The tattooed man's mind began to take root, pushing out the last remnants of Lucy Murray. His name was Mark Collins, and he was walking along a derelict metro tunnel. A stale mustiness hung in the air. Mark Collins hates that smell. "Guessing she'll pop in somewhere around here," he thought. "Listen, damned if I know how your neurosystem works, so I'll just say this out loud. he mutters as if to himself. I know you're crawling into my mind about now. The job comes from us. This was the only safe way to contact you. In a minute we'll be right below Cosmotech. I'll show you what your father's keeping locked up in basement level 5. So watch close, because only you can help us. How very mysterious. I like that. And a shard. I somehow, I don't know, because of the things we've been doing in this episode, I wasn't necessarily expecting any shards at all. These monitors are incredibly detailed. Would you look at them? I can zoom right in and see the weather conditions, temperatures, whether it's going to rain, the percentage chance. That's very good. And they've got like medical monitors too, if I can get round to one. I've trapped myself. These are medical monitors. I'm going to jump over. Let's not stand on ceremony. Laurie Anderson. The Laurie Anderson, the Oh Superman. Laurie Anderson. Oh, is that an Easter egg? Have I found an Easter egg? I don't believe it. I never find Easter eggs. Okay, that was all very good. So I think we're done. I was going to bid farewell to Cassius, but Cassius won't let me now. The game is sending me to the afterlife, and that's not where I want to go. So I'm going to get outside. And I'm going to head back towards my bike, which I think is somewhere along here. That's not my bike. My bike's still by the pavement where I left it. Alright, that's great. Now, in the journal, the last thing I want to do, and it's offering me a chance to level up, but I don't think that's absolutely necessary right at the moment. The space in between, we're going to ride over in the darkness, which it is now, to find Fingers' clinic. And then I'm probably going to have to ring Judy again and report into her to tell her what on earth it is I've done. Because she must be wondering by now. You won't believe how busy I've been today. Why is it? It was pointing me this way and now it's pointing me that way. It kind of changed its mind. The sat-nav changed its mind. Alright, now we're going. I will keep the radio on for this little journey. It will keep us company on the way. Also, nighttime driving. A chance to put your feet down a little bit. Chill out. In Night City at least. Not in the real world. I'm now entering a new area called Little China. Ooh, I'm now about to get taken out by a car. That was a great skid. But now I'm trapped on the pavement. And I don't want to be, so I'll just find a way of getting back on the road. Onto the correct side of the road. I do love the lighting at night. It's very, very atmospheric. Look at the spill pattern of the headlight of the motorcycle there on the road. It looks, it's like a simulation almost, quality of thing. You could squint at it and think that's actually real. I am one of those people who, in terms of graphics, thinks that hyper-reality of graphics, it can be a negative thing. It has to be, Japantown we're entering now, it has to be a new way of looking at things, I think. Story has to come first. If we get totally preoccupied with graphics, then you'll have beautiful games with stories that no one wants to play. And I think back to some terrific stories I've played on systems where the graphics were, to be fair, quite basic and not at all realistic, but you felt immersed in the game because the gameplay and the storyline were terrific. I'm not saying you should never have realistic graphics. Quite the opposite. I think they could be a terrific enhancement to the experience of playing a game, but I do think it's rather like you need a full set of everything to strike gold nowadays. Alright, so we can get out off our bike now. Personal radio off, please. Thank you. Now, for some reason, although it showed a moment ago that I was there. It's now showing that I'm not. So I'm a little bit confused. Let me just check the map. Map says not quite. I'm going to put a waypoint on it too. That will give us double security. Let's jump back on the bike. Yeah, it looks like we might have to walk it. That's probably what it's saying to me. Oh, we're here again. Oh. It had to be Jig Street, didn't it? Couldn't be somewhere else. Had to be Jig Street. Let's go. My feet sound heavy.
Well, don't you look delicious?
Thank you. You're really very kind, but I am on a specific cause in this particular episode. I want to get to Fingers Clinic, so I'm going to get there. I think we're there. We are literally there. Okay. So, I found Fingers Clinic. It says enter the clinic. But I have 3 no affiliation people standing in my way. And I can actually overheat them.
Hey, not one step closer. Here to see who.
I will deliberately take 1 step closer because you said that. And here comes my options. So we can be belligerent, or we can be honest. We can sort of be in between.
Lost your way?
Not at all. I'm looking for Fingers.
Looking for a ripperdoc. Goes by Fingers.
Truth.
Know where I can find him?
Who's asking? And why?
Well, I haven't got a busted implant, but I know of a busted implant, and the only other option is not your biz, so I'm going with the top one.
Got a problem with an implant?
Not from around here. Couldn't find another ripper in the city to patch you up?
Heard Fingers was the best.
Good answer.
Yeah, the best for joy girls. Are you a whore?
You see, if I say no but you are, then we're going to have problems. If I say yes, then he may be kind of attuned to thinking he's on the ascendancy. No, I'm trying to work out who here has got to come out on top, and I think it's you.
An escort. For special tastes. Looking for a ripper who can cater to my special needs.
Good. Fingers will like you. Let him through.
We're in. We're in. He's moved out of the way. We can open the door. Result, happiness. We are now in Fingers MD. Really? MD? Trying to see what that is. It's a pair of forceps. I'll take those. They'll be junkable. And we'll go into all of these rooms.
Oh, gracious creature! And benign! Don't turn off the light. Visiting to the elements of pure! Us who the world with bloody stain!
Okay, what's with the classics?
The king of all we owned! Our prayer to him should for thy peace arise!
This is what it is.
Like paradise.
Johnny, what do you make of this? Well, this one's under the influence of drugs, so that's why they're hallucinating. And this one is dead. This one's dead. What's that? Oh, it's a drug injector.
Blue butter? What the hell are they taking?
Blue, huh? Probably a Cyberpunk derivative. Preem rot. Veins were popping with it during the third corporate. 24 hours, you feel no pain and barely remember a thing afterwards.
Who can blame them then?
Okay. We've walked into a bad place here. This is part of the Fingers Clinic? Ugh. Follow me through this hole in the wall. There's another person in here. This is another room. I think I don't want the burrito. I want to talk to this person. Are you alright?
Hey, you alright?
No way I'm gonna swim! I hate water! Can't you see nobody cares?
It's another Joy toy, and this one is also under the influence of drugs. Is Fingers around?
Fingers. Know where I can find him?
If I could, I'd swap, you know? Why does everything have to be so damn convoluted? In the end, all I got left are shredded cables and empty bottles.
Well, that's probably the most lucid thing you've said for a while. Aye. The immediate effect of encountering these people here is to reinforce the shadiness of this establishment, don't you think? And make you think that if Evelyn is here, she's in serious trouble.
Hey, hands off her!
Think I'm scared of your skinny ass?
What's going on?
You will be when every mox in town descends on this shithole. You got a financial claim? Take it to court, you pussy. And leave me be.
I can hear voices. Where's it coming from?
Fuck off to greener pastures.
Oh, it's an argument outside. Or was it? Perhaps it was just echoing through the... Oh, this place is unnerving. You can overhear these conversations that are happening all over the place. Bubblegum, I'll take that. That I will have. It's only bubblegum.
With me, you skank. Hey, look in the mirror. Who paid for all that? Think Fingers would have fixed a cracked faceplate for free? You want out, you gotta pay me back.
There is somebody here. So he's arguing with that girl. He's a pimp. And I'm guessing she is a sick, faulty Joy toy. And basically it's coming down to money. This guy wants paying. If she wants out. And I passed something on the stairs when I was running up here and I'm not sure what it was. I'll just go back and check. It was a pack of cards. I will take it because it's junk, isn't it? It can be junked. You should always pick it up, I think. Right. There was a door down there as well. I've just realised I ran upstairs very quickly. Let me go back to it. Where was the door? Where was the door? It's red. Oh, we've got to force it open. I can't do that. You have to make choices. And I've made choices. Not all things are possible, depending on the abilities you have. There are things my V can do that other Vs can't. There are things other Vs can do that my V will be unable to. Alright, I think we really ought to be scanning here. Who spoke?
Hello? There's a line!
Judy?
Nuh-uh, you ain't cutting.
Sit your ass down and wait your turn.
What are you doing here?
Fingers guy. You know him?
Heard some things, yeah.
Like?
His hand sometimes slips.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're here. I'm not surprised, I suppose, in that regard that you're here because of your concern for Evelyn, but...
What's up with you?
I'm just trying to work you out. You're an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Glad to see a familiar face.
I'm worried sick about her, V. Had no idea anything had happened.
We'll find her. I know we will.
Why did she go back to Clouds? Let's pursue this.
After the heist, Evelyn holed up with the Mox for a while, right?
That's right.
So why the hell she go back to Clouds?
Thought she'd be safer there. God knows why. Tried to get her to see straight, but she wouldn't listen.
I'm guessing the door you're hammering on is the door to the doctor's clinic. Have you spoken to him yet?
You talked to Fingers yet?
If only. He's harder to get in to see than the best docs in town. We're gonna be here forever. I just know it. Maybe you could talk to those girls, see if we can cut in front?
Why me?
I don't think they like me. Just give it a shot. That or come up with something better.
Okay. I mean, did you used to work at Clouds?
You worked at Clouds?
Not as a doll. Tuned their virtues. That's where I met Ev, Tom, and the rest of the crew.
I'm going for this one. Let's try and get a definition of what Evelyn means to you.
She means a lot to you, doesn't she?
And you've arrived at that conclusion how exactly?
Moment you knew where she was, you sprang into action.
Yes, yes.
Once you get close to Evelyn, you never want to let her go.
Understood. So do you actually think she is here?
I think Evelyn's been kept here somewhere.
On the one hand, hope she is, because I want her back fast. But on the other, hope to God no, because who knows what that sick fuck could have done to her.
And actually, that's what I'm concerned about. So you want me to convince this lot, somehow, I don't know how, to let us in. Let's look at them. This is Ross. He's sick, he's faulty or damaged. This is Janet. She's sick, faulty or damaged. They're all joy toys. This is Mitzi. She's sick, faulty or damaged. And this is Rosie. She's sick, faulty or damaged. And I spotted two. Two readables. Let's have a look at these shards. Crime block. Crime block. McCrane scanned the room with a deft Kiroshi sweep. This corpse was no different than the dozens he'd seen over the years. The dead man's eyes frozen in fear, his ligaments, wires and intestines strewn about the floor. None of it made any impact on McCrane anymore. I've lived too long, he thought, and cops who don't die quick usually find themselves playing for the other side eventually. This case is as clear as a used napkin at Deputy Zhao's, he murmured to Junior Inspector Malinowski. Cyberpsycho. Came in through the window. Victim let him inside. Must have known each other. Prints are all over the glass. Holy! Malinowski shook his head in disbelief. How'd the get all the way up to the 11th floor? See those grooves on the windowsill? Climbing spikes. Implants kids these days are getting installed to pull stupid rooftop stunts. Get cheap thrills. Malinowski made his way over to the window to examine the evidence his superior had so effortlessly pieced together. The veteran detective lit a cigarette and stared back into the corpse's lifeless eyes. Although McCrane had never seen this man before, he felt as if he'd known him for a long time. And still, he felt nothing for him. No pity, no compassion. This was only a body now, no longer a person. Suddenly, Malinowski's unsteady voice woke McCrane from his thoughts. Boss, these prints on the outside of the window, they belong to you." McCrane let out a quick, punctuating chuckle. "Never much took you for a jokester, Malinowski," the detective said, with an amused smirk as he rolled up his sleeves to expose his wrists. "And I wonder, just how would I get there without any climber's claws, But before the junior inspector could respond, McCrane felt an uneasiness shoot up his spine. This room, this man, the smell of his blood. He felt compelled to walk over to the savage victim and reach inside his pocket. A photo. His own face, staring back at him. Malinowski slowly drew his pistol. "I believed in you," the shaken protege uttered with a pain in his voice. "All this time, I idolised a murderer." I don't understand," muttered McCrane, scarcely loud enough to hear his own voice. Something else began to drown out his words, even his thoughts. A strange, primal force. "For the first time in my life, I don't understand." And then, crack, a gunshot. These novels are amazing. I mean, they could... You would read them. You would literally read the story to find out what happened. Oh, and we have something slightly different, I suspect, in this one. Chrome Night Love. Oh, no, we haven't. This is another novel, too. Croman's mask glinted in the light of the setting sun like a beacon in the dark of this rotten city. Lucille's heartbeat began to quicken. Her legs trembled beneath her. Her hot blood pumped through her veins in a way she didn't know it could. He looked at her, his strong masculine figure towering over the blood-corporate corpse, which just a moment ago had violently tried to defile Lucy's virtue. "What's the matter with me?" her mind raced. "Why him? Why me?" Hundreds of questions burned inside her brain, but when she finally parted her lips to speak, only one question emerged. "Who are you, really?" Croman took Lucille into his cold metal hands. She flinched at the touch. You know I can't tell you that. They'll find you. They'll rip my secret out of you any way they can, and then kill you. I don't care about any of that. I love you. I love you. She couldn't feel his face, his real one, concealed under that veil of chrome, but she could have sworn that she could hear a note of emotion in his deep voice. You love a dream. You don't know who hides under this mask. I don't care what you look like. What if I'm disfigured? I'll pay for the operation. And if I'm an android? It doesn't matter. And if... Then suddenly, in one swift motion, Crowman removed the mask to reveal the face of Demeter Dalavelli. If I'm a woman? Lucille stood there, dumbstruck. A tempest of emotion swirled in a frenzy throughout her being, but after a moment passed, the storm calmed, and she smiled warmly, taking her saviour's face into her hands. The proverbial clouds of her tumultuous mind began to part. Lucille was beginning to see clearly at last. How many times does a woman need to say she loves you? Lucille smirked and whispered softly, before you believe her. We have a love story as well. Now, I've got to sit and say, where's Fingers? And ask if they've seen a blue-haired girl working here, or Fingers helped working folk. Let's sit.
Fingers. Where'll I find him?
He's operating on somebody right now.
That's
Been
the
in
one.
there for ages. Shouldn't be much longer.
Don't hold your breath. I spent hours waiting for him to come out. Especially when he collects payment right after the procedure.
Oh, really? So, here are my options. We need to talk to Fingers, it's important. We can wait. We can pay to try and jump the queue by getting rid of them. Or we can use our influence to say, my friend's in really bad shape, could we cut in front? And I think I'm going to go with that one. Why not use that? Let's do it.
My friend here, she's in real sorry shape. You couldn't let us cut in front, just this once.
Of course. Honey, be my guest.
Well, now hold on a sec. Didn't seem so bad just a minute ago.
Oh.
She's a toughie. Keeps it inside, mostly.
Now try to open those luscious lips of yours.
Okay, we can stand up.
Come on, let's go.
I think we've done it. I think we've convinced them to let us queue jump. Stellar performance, Judy.
Something's wrong. Can't see nothing but a blur.
I don't have authorization to open the door.
Owner had a longer face than you. Edges are stretching your
Oh, it's opened anyway.
It's done.
Don't
We going
worry.
in?
We are going in.
Will adjust. Eventually.
Okay.
Yes, hello. What can I do for you?
Well, first you're going to let me scan you. This is Fingers, Finn Gestat. He's got a bounty on him. I'm going to cut straight to the chase on this.
Can't speak
Looking for
or
a
what?
girl named Evelyn Parker. I know she was here in your clinic.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
Where is she?
Ah, a loaded question if I've ever heard one. You Tiger Claws? Far as I know, I'm all paid up.
We're with the Mox.
The Mox? Why didn't you say so? So, what brings you here?
Well, we have a lot here.
Something wrong?
Yeah. We can go through all of these things. So we'll say, you helping working girls?
Heard you help the working girls around here.
Well, very few children will play with broken toys. So when skin goes flabby, sockets go out of whack, implants malfunction, I'm sure you get the gist. You pay for goods, you expect top quality. Consumerism 101.
Please. Scrapyards offer better quality than this.
Judy wants to rip your arms off and beat you with them, so I should be very careful in how you answer her.
Come on.
I can accuse him of installing faulty implants because I'm on the right level to do that.
These girls know you're chipping faulty implants?
You might say so. I'd say they're the very best I can find. See?
What's in it for you?
Whatever they have to offer. and they always have something to offer.
Oh, you're seedy.
You're a sick fuck. Know that?
You looking for a friend?
I could go with just told you, but I'm going to go with the nomad response first.
I used to ride with nomads. Resourceful folk. Wouldn't cast anything aside until it was worn down, dead, couldn't be fixed or reused in some other way. But what you're giving these girls, not even nomads would touch that.
Please, let's not exaggerate. I give them what I can. You looking for a friend?
Judy keeps shaking her head. She's not happy with you. I can speak.
Already told you. I'm looking for a woman named Evelyn Parker. Need to know where she is.
Step into my office, please. Many girls come through here. So many. But let me put it to you this way. I believe in giving each of them the personal touch. Ask anyone. I'm more than a chop doc. See, I know what people truly want. To be flattered, praised, patted. To feel like they deserve it. Of course, I can't remember each and every one.
I'll bet.
Please set your exquisite derrieres down.
It says interrogate fingers, and I'm going to do that, but I just want to go back into this room very quickly and scan. For no other reason than I'm suspicious of this guy, and I want to make sure there's nothing going to hurt us that we've missed. I mean, there's a TV there. That's interesting in itself. But no, I think this room is safe. So I'll go and I won't leave you alone with him, Judy. Have no fear of that. Right, so interrogate fingers now. I am... Oh, look at the options here. Check your logs. The name Forrest set off any buzzers. Punch him? Better start remembering or else. Or I can say you remember her, I know you do. Let's start with the non-confrontational one, but the implicit jog of memories.
Went jittery as soon as I mentioned her name.
Yeah.
Don't try getting out of this. I know you remember her.
Yeah.
I have a neurological condition. It's not easy living with tics. Really, I'd love to help, but if only I knew who you were talking about.
There's just something about your entire demeanour that suggests to me you're not telling the truth. And how's Judy taking this? Let's take her in.
Forget why we're here?
No. I'm just trying to stand in between you and him because I am concerned that this interrogation might get taken over. I'm going to tell him to check his logs because that's just a simple, straightforward instruction. Prove that she was here or not.
What about your logs? Gotta have some kind of record.
Tech like this, you don't register. Don't put any names down for it.
Blue hair, doll chip, best brain dance gear ever, though damaged. Was she here?
He knows.
Poor girl.
He does.
Tried to help her, I did. But as you can see, this isn't exactly a state-of-the-art facility.
It's your facility. You seem to be content enough with it. Although, I mean, that's a little bit of a weird thing to find in your treatment room.
Something wrong?
Yeah, tell me what was wrong with her.
You mentioned you couldn't help her. Help her with what exactly?
If I only knew, I wager she'd be standing here, happy and smiling. Instruction register on her chip was burnt to a crisp. Tried replacing it.
Wow.
Nothing.
They did a job on her, didn't they?
Damage was caused by a netrunner using homebrewed malware.
Sounds about right.
So you worked out what was wrong with her, and...
Get to the point.
Those nails.
The point? Ah, yes. Well, I haven't the faintest idea where she is.
Enough of this bullshit! What'd you do to her, you freak?
Here comes Judy.
Now,
she's angry.
Either you put a muzzle on this creature, or put her down. It's impossible to have a conversation with her around.
I'm keeping her away from you, my friend. I will tell Judy to calm down. I think we've got to keep this thing on a conversational level.
Jude, calm down, okay? You're not helping.
Now he thinks that I'm on
talking.
his side slightly.
Evelyn Parker. Where is she?
Could very well be on her way to becoming the next underground brain dance darling. That's all I know.
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you mean by underground?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I don't watch that sort of stuff.
Yes, you do.
Snuff? XBDs?
I told you I don't know.
He does know. He does know.
You sure about this?
4 days I had her here. She was out cold in La La Land for practically every minute. It wasn't a slumber party. We didn't have pillow fights and promised to send each other postcards.
So if that's where she's gone, we need to know the location of where these things are made.
Where will we find her?
I like you. You're frisky, intrepid. When I realized I wouldn't be able to help her, patch her up, I called my fixer.
Okay.
2 guys came and picked her up the same day.
So I need both those answers, but I need to know, we need names, we need a trail, we need a breadcrumb trail here.
Who'd you call? Who's your fixer?
Wakako. Told her I had a busted doll with a BD implant to hand off.
What?
Where did they take her?
I told you already. I don't know. They weren't the talkative kind, and I'm no gonk. I know better than to ask questions of people like that.
You're no gonk? What do you think? Why'd all these girls come in here, let you grope around them? Think it's for your charm? Your caring attitude?
They do it because they got no choice. And in the end, they despise you. They can smell you're pathetic.
She's very angry. I think your next answers need to be well structured and cautious.
These guys, what do they look like?
Like you, me, anyone else in this city.
Really now? They look like you?
They look like the kind of guys you don't make eye contact with. One of them was a bearded fellow.
This next question is going to be the crucial one, I think.
The 2 that came for her didn't say anything about where they were going to take her, what they were going to do to her.
Mentioned something about virtues with a moth, of all things.
A moth?
Said she'd be perfect for them, whatever that means. But that's really all I know.
You pawned her off like she was some fucking inanimate mannequin.
Because that's exactly what she was.
Oh, wrong answer. That's been coming. You could see it in her musculature, the way she was tensing up.
Need air. I'll be outside.
Do I need to keep this guy on my side? I think I might. Do you know, I think I might. It goes against my better judgment, but I'm going to go with the she's just upset. We've sort of played... We were playing good cop, bad cop, to a degree, till she just thumped him, but...
She, overdid it a bit. Temper's been running high lately.
Yes, well, you're a far more reasonable beast. Handsomer, too.
Okay, we've just completed the job, the space in between. And I actually think we've kept on his good side. I mean, it's a good job Judy was not in the room to hear me crawling to that guy, and we have a new job called Disaster Piece, which is the next part of the quest. And Judy has gone outside. I will be tempted to stop and watch the television here, and I will do some more watching of television at one point or another as we move forward. But right now, in terms of dramatic tension, I think I need to find Judy. What are you thinking of doing? Don't jump out of the window. Seriously, don't do that. Where did she go? She's going to be quite upset.
Let her go back to Clouds. Could have stopped her, but I didn't. And you two got along swimmingly, didn't you? Exchange numbers, too. Two birds of a fucking feather.
Bitter. She's bitter. Oh, Fingers isn't that bad. I'm not going to go with that. I will go with how I got the info. Shouldn't matter. Yeah.
Can we not lose our cool? Said what I needed to learn what we now know.
Yes.
Really? You seemed forgiving to me, like you were letting him off easy.
No, I think we were playing him, actually. And you were maybe just too close to it to be dispassionate enough to have done that. But V wasn't, so he actually did manage it. I'm going to reassure her, though.
Don't worry. We'll find her, I know it.
We'll fucking find what's left of her butchered corpse.
Hey, keep it together. You want to give up now?
No. Only lead we got's an XPD. Where's that get us?
We also know we're looking for something related to the Death's Head. It's better than nothing.
I don't get your optimism. Still sounds like a big fat nothing to me.
Have you heard that term used ever?
Death's Head symbol bring anything to mind? Anything. Doesn't matter how small.
Come on, Judy.
Industry. I mean, market's looking for every kind of fetish out there. It's cavernous. But an XBD outfit'd be on the move almost always. Makes them harder to nab, harder to sting.
Got it. Do you know she's nearly crying? The way she's sort of biting her lips, her eyes look quite sort of semi-tearful. Can you see that?
V, get it together.
There's a lot of emotion there, and some of it's being directed to me. So okay, let's find out. We need to know where they make these things.
Need to figure out where they're scrolling this stuff. Gotta be a rat hole of some sort. Doubt they do much shooting on location.
Yeah, gotta be somewhere quiet, out of the way.
It could be we'll see something to point us in their direction in one of their virtues.
Have to be real gonks to leave a clue.
Well, you don't know. Let's say everything leaves a trace behind. It's true.
Everyone, everything leaves something behind. Just need to know where to look. Lucky for me, I'm running around with the best BD specialist in town.
True.
That's an extra pair of expert eyes.
Well, your BD expert has a better idea. Pleasures of Night City, a domain with its twin on the dark net.
Every kind of thing goes on there. Might stumble on something useful.
So, she has got an idea.
Let me think for a sec.
And we can say, I know a local fixer. Let's give the darknet site a shot. I'm thinking, Judy, this is important. I know a local fixer.
Call him Wakako. Fixer Fingers mentioned.
Yes.
Thought of an angle to run on her?
Why would I need one?
Even if she knows the studio's location, she's not gonna spill. Be putting her neck on the line.
Huh. Okay. I'm buying the brain dance. We can analyze, play detective.
Good idea.
Fine. Meantime, see if I can't find something on the NCP domain.
Good.
I'll wait in the van.
That's a sensible idea. And you can almost guess what I'm going to do. At that point, I'm going to save the game. I'll be back with you in a second. So that was episode 13, and we got a mixed bunch of stuff put together there. My original list changed as I went through, but I did achieve certain things from it that I wanted to do. Barry was one of them. We've resolved that. We also got to see Andrew's Niche, which was a stellar place in terms of its architectural design and the juxtaposition between it and the city that was the backdrop to it. Also, I've now been out of the city and realised there is a wilderness out there. Whether or not we can go into it very far, I don't know, but I'll discover over time. We also went to the ripperdoc, which was something I really, really wanted to do, and I did my first proper attempt at a set of installations and upgrades. I didn't have immense resources because being on tier 2 already and having upgraded some things to tier 2 already, there was a little less wiggle room there. When I can achieve level 3 stuff, tier 3 stuff, I think that will make a big difference. But I was quite pleased with it. I know And I said this in the video because I was conscious. I'm very self-conscious of this. I don't really know what I'm doing half the time when I come to new situations like that. I just make a best guess at it. I'm actually curling my headphone cable around my finger here because I'm so nervous talking about it. I made my best go at it, and if there are things wrong with it, I'm happy about that in the sense that I'll live with it. I think you should live with the consequences of your decisions in games. I don't think you should be able to undo them entirely. And this is the reason why I explained episodes ago that I'm resisting using quick saves to undo things that I wish I hadn't done. I've done that upgrade at the ripperdoc and I'm content with it. I'll live with it. I'll learn how some of its features work, and I'll probably have some positives feeling towards some of them and some feelings where I'm thinking maybe could have done something slightly different there. But I'd rather find that out for myself. So as I said, please in the comments don't suggest to me that you could have done this instead or you should have done that as an alternative, because then I'm not actually being true to my playthrough of the game and doing it based on just my intuition of what it felt like I should do. Then we got to Evelyn, and I'm fearful for Evelyn because every time we hear something about what's happened to Evelyn, it gets worse. And the latest information from Fingers now makes me wonder whether Evelyn's even going to survive this, because she's in the hands of people where her survival is actually not important. In fact, her death could be advantageous to them. And that's a perilous situation for her to be in. I have never seen Judy so emotionally distraught. She was... I think she fears the worst. And I think for all V saying, come on, we've got to try at least, don't we? And she's going to go along with it. I think there's a part of her that still thinks she'll not see Evelyn again. But we'll find out. So that was episode 13. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the multiple edits, but you know, the visit of my daughter and granddaughter just trumps everything. You just put everything aside and away you go. And that's what I did. And I'm glad I did, because it made my day. I will be with you for episode 14 very soon. Bye.